Afara everyone, Toodles20 here, and welcome to episode 16 of Osahra. Skibbeth, how are you, my friend?
Afara, hello. Well, I'm doing pretty fine, and I want to start by saying if people will hear a different voice, well, it's still me, but in a sexier version. I have a better microphone, and that's why you guys will hear a difference. So, but it's still me. And I'm still trying to find the perfect settings for my microphone. I've tried the whole weekend.
Yeah, welcome guys. It's sorry that we did not upload an episode last week. That update really just messed with everyone in the modding community, messed us up. So yeah, I couldn't get it onto our Osahra save, but hey, we are here now, and man, oh man, do I have a build for you. First up, I mean, you can probably tell what we're building. We are building an oil field for our Osahrians, our rich Osahrians. Probably not rich if you work here, but rich if you are profiting off this area. And before I get into too much of it, pretty much the sole inspiration, well, there's two sole inspirations from this build. Inspiration number one is that lots of people on the, in the Osahrian community, in the comments, have been telling us, when are you going to build an oil field? When are you going to do oil? Yep, so here it is. You've made a really good point, and it fits in beautifully. And number two reasons why we're recording this is because our good bloody friend, Bearded Monkey, has kindly made some awesome pipes for us. And I know what you're thinking, we already have pipes on the workshop. Well, not like this. These pipes are so beautiful. They come in at around probably about the 17-minute mark if you want to skip ahead and check them out. But they are really nice, and they are now available to you guys on the Steam Workshop as we speak. So definitely go and check them out, and if you like them, rate them up, because that's exactly what we're doing. In terms of location, this build has taken place opposite the garbage tip that Skib made in episode 5?
I don't remember.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't remember either, but I chose this area because I figured it'd just be like prime location for it. It's pretty close to where we're going to be building the city, on the outskirts, and right next to a highway that I did a bit of modifying to, and looks pretty damn cool. And what I've done really is before I just plopped down as many oil assets and props that I had in the collection, and just to sort of sort through what I already had. And it's something that I really wanted to achieve in this build was like a lot of realism. I didn't want it to be totally fake. Or like totally from my imagination. I wanted there to be some sorts of realism, but I definitely do not nail it. So, in the comments below, please let me know if there's anything I'm missing out, because I will be revisiting this area. It's not 100% finished. I dare say I'll be revisiting this area in the next episode from me, because I want to put in a bit more of a couple of other bits and pieces. But I mean, what I'm talking about here is, and I've got some screenshots. This one's pretty blurry, but thing number one is that like they all seem to be really randomly placed, these oil jacks. And do you see these poles sticking up? They're kind of like these electricity poles that are transmitting electricity to these sites, which I really did not expect until I started working on this area. So you'll see me kind of plot down a couple of those bits and pieces to get a bit of inspiration and achieve a bit of realism. And blah, that's a lot from me, Skib. How are you going in this fine morning?
Oh man, yeah, it is very early in the morning. So guys, if you hear my rough voice from me beside a different voice because of my microphone, well, I'm in a new apartment, so I'm doing pretty well. Even though we worked a lot last night to try to figure it out how things are going to look like here in the new apartment. But otherwise, I'm just fine. Now I will set up my computer I set it up. my computer, and now I'm good to go. First thing that we record is Osahra, and also with the microphone, with the new microphone. So pretty good, and I can see what you're doing there. And I was wondering for a second, what roundabout is that? That is the tutorial is changing, and then I saw the bushes and stuff inside of it, and the that wall, that special barrier wall for highways, and
don't call it special. I deleted it. It's gone, Skip. I've deleted
the
so
former
many
special wall. Yeah.
Oh.
So I recognized it for a second, and then you said it out loud. So that was certainly. But yeah, you know what? It is quite pretty. I mean, I don't know how to call it, but it is better like this. You know, on one side of the highway is the garbage dump there, and on the other side, well, from there we extract the beautiness and the sexiness of our money.
Yeah, and I dare say we'll probably be plopping down some more. And I mean, the really, really cool thing about, what I'm doing here is, like basically I'm plopping down one area of what I want the general idea to look like. And rather than like plopping that down everywhere, I'm just gonna copy and paste. Our good friend copy and paste. If we did not have Move It, I may have said goodbye to this game a long time ago. Like look what I'm doing, Skip. I'm just literally copying and pasting this, and it's not perfect for sure. I go back and fix up a bit. So like I kind of stick down areas where I generally want things to go. Some areas are way more detailed than others, and some areas like just don't make sense. But in terms of getting a job done quickly, this really gets the job done quickly. I've plopped down a couple of different things in this area. So I've used some of Ronix's stones that he recently published to the Steam Workshop. We have some of some break walls from Strict Toaster. Got these telegraph poles, utility poles, I guess. I don't know who released them, but they're damn beautiful. And for some strange reason, I've got clouds. Like this is. I mean, like when I release this episode, everyone's going to be used to clouds because I saw Bloody Penguin? Bloody Penguin just released some cloud, like a cloud mod. But this is before that. This is just random vanilla clouds that I have not had in game for about 6 months, and now I've got clouds. So for some reason we got clouds. I don't know if that's just a normal thing now from the green cities, or whether that's just has happened randomly. But I'm really happy, and Skip, I really hope they are for you too.
Oh man, I hope so too, because I saw some screenshots from you, and I have to notice I don't know how I missed those clouds, but then someone pointed out, so I saw them, and then I was like, wait, what? But how? And then I in the same day I saw the mode released by Bloody Penguin, and you said they are not from him. You didn't know about it, and I was like, okay, then from where are the clouds? But I think, the clouds might be vanilla. I'm not sure. But
I think they are. Like there's no mods. Like we haven't subscribed to any mods. They're just
yes, I know.
They're just there.
I think it was just a mode or something that was killing them, and maybe because it's not working anymore, or for God knows reason, or because someone fixed a mode and now the clouds are not disappearing anymore. I don't know. It's just a theory. So
I mean, I'm just so glad that I doubt they're going to be in Springwood. It's just a random thing. Let us know if you have some clouds in the comments, because I am so happy. I took as many cinematics as I can. By the way, the cinematics at the end are pretty gorgeous. I'm really, really happy with how this area turns out. I think everything that I plopped down just fits in perfectly. You saw me just there. I was drawing down some roads because basically these areas have, they're all connected by mostly dirt roads. There are a couple of main roads, these paved roads that kind of act as, you know, probably more like they're used a lot more, a bit more main. So I really wanted to achieve the look that, you know, all these pumps are connected by these dirt roads. You know, it's a challenge because there's a lot of them, but pretty much every single one is connected. And I struggled a bit with, you know, getting the ground texture just perfect. I wanted there to be a bit of sand involved, so I was trying to use our sand as part of our you know, our theme to you know, paint that down. But I ended up just using some other bits and pieces like decals to paint down some sand. And also, as you can see, I'm just lowering and raising parts of the ground because I wanted this area to be quite hilly, you know, transitioning from quite flat deserts to a bit more of the hillier side of Osahra. And, you know, I dare say in the next episode that I build, I would like to get back into building some sand dunes because I did wreck a couple of the sand dunes we had, Skibs. So, you know, a lot of exciting things coming up in the world of Osahra. Any ideas of where your Osahra episode's going to take us, or do you think you're going to leave as a secret?
At this point, I just woke up, so I don't know. No, I'm kidding. But I just woke up, but I still have no clue what I'm going to do in the next episode. So it will be a very big surprise for me, and of course for all of you guys as well. So yeah, well, we shall see, guys. We shall see. I mean, I have some ideas, but I will not try to name them right now. But we shall see. I will also think of what to do. Maybe we can imprison those guys that are trying to mess up with our dictatorship. So we shall see. We shall see. I'm asking because I don't have a clue. Will be any other buildings for this?
Yeah. So I mean, like I was saying before, I tried to be as realistic as possible. In terms of realism, I think the jacks look pretty realistic, but in terms of how these places actually operate, I'm not sure. Like, comments, guys, please hit me up. I want to know. Don't be rude. Like you won't be rude by telling me that I missed out on some things. Please just let me know because I'm very curious to find out what I missed out and if it's possible to achieve. But basically, pretty shortly, I'm going to be putting in 3. Kind of like, I don't know, that I imagine them to be holding docks for oil that's been generated or being pumped out of the ground from these jacks. These pipes that are kind of scattered all around this area, I imagine connect from the pump to these stations, and then from the stations, trucks come and pick up the oil, and then they transport it to a bigger one, and which is like the oil refinery. I didn't get time to build an oil refinery. I'm hoping to do that in the next episode because I'm really keen to do it. I just could not squeeze it in. It's just this took enough time as it is. So I will be popping down a couple of little areas, more like buildings, which look pretty damn cool. And yeah, I think they are kind of just these little stations that hold oil until they are ready to be picked up by trucks to be taken to a bigger refinery. And then I reckon a lot of Osahrian oil probably gets exported. So I dare say I will be dragging a really big couple of pipes from the oil refinery into Osahra, and even maybe dragging them to some sort of port that's, is on our waterfronts, which is yet to be even planned or even thought about. So, that's some ideas. Something that is really disappointing is that these jacks actually don't move. I think they're not props. They're an actual building. They are actually generating oil. So, the exciting thing is that Osahra is actually generating oil, and, in terms of export, it is we actually have a huge amount of oil being exported or, generated in Osahra. But unfortunately, the actual jacks don't move, which is, a bit of a bummer. But
and imagine when you would look at Horizon and see all of them pumping and pumping. That would have been cool.
But you know what, man? I think even if someone released in like 2 days time, a jack that moves. I don't know if I could go back and delete all those non-working jacks. Like it's like that ship has sailed, unfortunately. But you know, it would have been, man, just totally beautiful. Really,
oh man,
really
I can see you now plopping the pipes made by BEARDMONKEY. Oh man, I was so waiting for you to do this. Oh,
yeah,
man.
I mean this build was fun in general, but these pipes make it just amazing. If you are interested in using these, please let us know in the comments. I'm really curious to find out what other projects, what other people have in mind for these pipes. You know, if you're going to use them, please send us some pictures on Twitter or even on Instagram, because we're pretty active on there. And you know, I'd definitely be really interested to see if people use these in Osahrian builds or, you know, regular mining. I don't know. Can you see any other, besides oil skib, can you see any other times where people might use these
maybe.
pipes?
I mean, it can be used in, I think, in many ways. For example, you can make it like to look like a water pipe or something, or gas pipe, because even the gas pipes are very big. Okay, they have to be yellow, but I think they can be used, and they look pretty awesome. And I think we will see so many builds actually with these pipes, because they are freaking amazing. I mean, BEARDMONKEY did it with style when he did this, so many people, many YouTubers even, they will use the new pipes. I will use them also
sure.
in any other video. So
oh yeah, I mean, I've just finished recording a very similar episode in Springwood, and I didn't have these pipes yet, and I'm kind of kicking myself because I used different pipes to achieve a similar look, and it took ages. These pipes are so nice, and yeah, and the really nice thing is I'm using the prop line tool to just drag them along this place, and it's so easy to use. Like it's just beautiful. There's no turns in them, and at first I was like, oh, how am I going to make this thing turn? But you know, looking at a lot of other pictures of how pipes kind of run around in industrial areas, they do just kind of kink like I've done just there. So you know, you actually don't need any corners. You can just plop them down like that. Just there's the entrance to the oil field, and I'd pop these pipes that just run over the top of that, which is just there's so much I love about this, and I really can't wait for you to check out the cinematics, because I don't know, they're really something else.
by the way, man, did you assure to put one of the pipes, I mean, to link it to our palace?
Oh, of course. No.
Maybe underground,
that'll have to be...
so no one will notice it.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's totally something. I mean, that'd be some really interesting things we could do with our palace. You know, maybe we need some, like, I don't know. Need like we've got a helicopter pad, don't you? You put a helipad on there.
Yes, there is one. About earlier, I was saying that now Osahra will make quite a lot of money by exporting oil, and we will be rich as fuck. But I wanna highlight something. A guy called Gabriel Carballo, hopefully I will pronounce his name correctly, he asked us, is there a currency for Osahra? I mean, do we have a currency? And he made us think a little bit. And now the question comes to all of you guys, and also to you, $2. Should we have let's say a specific currency for Osahra? If we have a way to say hello, and maybe later on we can find out a word to say goodbye. Should we have a currency?
Like, absolutely. I think that is such a cool idea. We, you know, now that we are really raking in the money, yep, definitely somebody come up with a currency for us, and we'll let you know in the next episode up on Skibber's channel what we end up choosing. That is a damn cool idea.
No, yeah. So guys, then spam us with any kind of ideas for our currency name in the comment section. Fill it up, and in the next episode, as you know by now, we will vote, and then back into the $2 channel we will announce the currency.
Sure.
I don't know how why and how come we didn't even thought of that till now, till episode 16? I mean, whoa.
Oh man, there's so much that's that I keep on forgetting about, that people keep mentioning in the comments. Like sometimes things just kind of spiral out of control, and all of a sudden we're, you know, coming up with ways of saying hello in a country that doesn't even exist, in a game that's just like not even built for this. So, you know, it's the whole thing's getting pretty crazy, which is exactly what we are after. So yeah, thanks everyone for jumping on board with all your crazy ideas. You're a bunch of crazy people, but we love you. You deserve palaces in Osahra, but too bad, it's just for us. There's a palace that that Skip built on an island. Crumbs McGee's already a, you know, proud member of that palace.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Who wants to get there? Well, that's their problem. But you can get there by doing only one thing: to be against us. So don't be against us, guys. We're getting pretty close to the end of this episode, and you know, I'm building a couple of those areas that I spoke about before. A couple of buildings to hold a bit of oil. Guys, please let me know if I am doing something that is somewhat correct, or if you think I should change some things up in the next episode, because I'm all ears. I would love to know a little bit more about how these places operate, and but like I really do like the way these little kind of storage areas turned out. They're kind of like this mix between a bit of a building, you know, this broken up concrete, and you know, pretty much where buildings meet the desert. So you know, that was like really fun to build. If you've enjoyed this episode, please hit up the like button. Hit up the like button, because yeah, that really helps us out a lot. And if you haven't already, definitely subscribe to my channel and Skip's channel so that you don't actually miss out on any episodes. You can check us out on Twitter and Instagram as well if you want to see a little bit extra from us. But that's pretty much it from me. Skip, do you have anything else to say before we get into some sweet cinematics? No, thanks for watching, guys, as you said, and well, we'll see you next week for sure, and ka-ching!
Yes, ka-ching, ka-ching. See you later, guys.